Hi, this is Mimi. Welcome back to my channel. And I am working on a mini album box today. So I just want to take you through everything that I've done. I'm going to insert some footage of making the box, and then I'm going to go into voiceover mode. I just wanted to introduce it and say that, yes, I'm making this little mini album in a box. And the concept is, there's just pieces of paper that you pull out, little album pages you pull out instead of an actual album. Okay, so I'm going to insert that footage, and then the rest of this will be a voiceover. Thanks for joining me today. Like and subscribe, and I will talk to you in the voiceover.
Okay, here we go. I have all the pieces cut for my box. The pieces are 2 by 8, 2 pieces of 2 by 8, 2 pieces of 2 by 4, and then 2 pieces of 4 1/4 by 2, and 8 1/4 by 2, and then 2 pieces of 8 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, so that's my box. I am using E6000 to put it together and taping it to hold it still. My regret is using E6000. The reason I went with glue to put it together was because I want to paint the chipboard. As you see right here, I'm painting it with black craft paint, and I wasn't sure. I didn't want to have to line the whole thing with black paper. And yes, all I have is this craft colored chipboard. I don't have black chipboard. And I didn't want to have to cover the whole thing using those little pieces of paper. I didn't want to have to do that. I just wanted to paint it and then do a treatment on it, a dry brush, some copper paint on it. And that's all I wanted to do. I wasn't sure how cardstock would take paint on this box. I didn't want to risk having to make it twice. It wasn't that bad, honestly, with the E6000. There was just one piece that would not stay connected, and it was on the base of the box. And all I did then was inside the bottom of the box, I did do the strips of paper, and those strips of paper were 8 inches by 2 inches, scored at 1 inch on the 2 inch side, and then just glued in along the bottoms and along the corners. Those were 4 by 2. The corners were 2 by 2, and I just glued them in. You don't see them in the end because I was already planning on covering the bottom, inside bottom, with paper. So it's all fine. Here I'm just dry brushing the copper, and here it is at the end. And these legs my boyfriend found in the basement, they're great. So now I'm just going through and I'm showing you, everything is sped up 2 times, by the way. Everything that I have cut to go in the box. I wanted to make this box like you just pull out pieces and there's photos and everything on the pieces. So here I'm showing you that I used that die for those tags. I used a Tim Holtz die for these little file folders. And this is a pop and twist. I used a die for the pop and twist feature. I'm struggling here to get it open with it not being glued in. That's what you can't see. Thankfully, it's off camera because it was a struggle. I used a die to cut that pop and twist. I cannot do a pop and twist to save my life. That's why I have a die. So then I just have showing you everything that I'm doing, and I'm so sorry. You could probably hear my son yelling. I asked him to keep it down so I could do this voiceover, and it doesn't happen. So yes, I'm just showing you all my pieces. They're all put together except for that tag with the pocket because I want to cover before I put the pocket in. And of course the pop and twist because it needs to be covered. I think you will see a little bit better once everything's covered and decorated what my intent is with this. Okay, I am showing you how I'm making one page. This page is going to be a slit pocket. So I cut my paper, my decorative paper, a 1/4 inch shorter So I have a black mat showing. When I'm done, I'm going to glue the top and the sides onto the paper. So first of all, you're going to need a cutting mat, you're going to need a blade, and you are going to need a ruler. This is how I do it. I don't know how anyone else does it, but this is how I find it easiest to do. I use my Tim Holtz centering ruler and I find the center. I'm really sorry how out of frame everything is. I don't know what was going on here, but yeah, everything is very much out of frame in this video. I don't know what was going on. So I'm going to mark the center and that'll be one of my slits. I'm going to do a total of 3 on this paper and then I go up 2 inches and down 2 inches. Easy as that. And then I'm going to take my ruler and just draw a line straight across on each mark that I made. And I'm going to start 1/8 of an inch in on the left side, draw my line and end 1/8 of an inch short. That way I have somewhere to glue down the piece of paper. So that's all I'm going to do. And yes, I could have cut immediately with the blade, but I'm drawing the line because I don't want to forget where to start and where to stop. I've done it before. If I'm not paying attention, I will just keep going and I don't want to do that. So that's why I'm drawing the line in pencil first. It makes it easier for me to visualize it. But you do what you need to do. So once that's done, I'm still going to use my ruler because, hey, we want the pocket to be straight. So I'll just put my ruler there and I'll line it up still the same. And then I will slice. And you want to press down, but you don't want to go too hard. I always feel that more slices, like shallower slices, are better than one deep slice. And it's something to practice doing because if this is fine, you can go hard and deep. You could go harder with this because it's one piece of paper, but I don't want to get into the habit of doing that. So I go slow and shallow on my cuts. So I don't ever get into that habit and then cut things that I don't mean to if it's something doubled up or tripled up, something like that. Does that make sense? It makes sense in my head. And of course, I skipped a little piece. So we're just going to make sure they're all cut completely apart so you can get stuff in there. And then I believe we're going to erase and glue. I actually was filming without doing a voiceover for this part, but it got loud in my house. It always gets loud in my house. I have an adult son who likes to game. And for some reason, this generation just screams. Like they can hear you without screaming. Anyway, so I'm going to erase the line. Sorry, a little mini rant there. Please tell me in the comments, do you have like a child my age, teens, upper teens, who screams at video games? So I'm going to glue the complete top. Nothing's going to go up there, so I'm going to glue the complete top narrowly, yeah, that's right, down the sides and bottom. You don't want to go too far over with your glue. And you'll see that I do end up gluing the bottoms of each slit pocket down then too. I'm really glad I did it the way I did it because knowing me, I would have just glued everything shut. So I just do it individually once it's glued down. But look at that, you can barely see the slices. It's so pretty. This paper pack was very pretty. It's the Practically Perfect by Echo Park, the Mary Poppins paper pad, and it's really pretty. Right here I'm digging for a piece of paper that I can show you the pockets and that you can see the pockets, and you will see why I end up gluing down when I use this top pocket. Oh, you can't see, it's off camera, sorry about that. But it comes out the bottom, so I end up gluing at the top of the slices. I'm sorry if you can hear my child screaming. Like I said, I did ask him to be quiet, but hey, it is what it is. So yes, I glue these little above the slice down to keep the things in the pocket. Yeah. That way, when you put something in, it's not going to come out the bottom, and it still gives you room to put everything in. And that's about all I do. And then I'm done with this part. Okay, here we go. I am just taking out all of the matted items. This is the file folder. And here's the pop and twist. Another file folder. The little slit pocket. Don't mind all my little scraps. The tags. A little waterfall with only 3 photos, which is okay. And that's the accordion. A pocket tag with a little photo mat. This pull out. So there's plenty of space for photos and journaling. And then this one where you pull out, the back has a tag to pull out. And this little booklet. And 3 3-inch circles. And yes, there's the lined box. And then here is all the stuff I'm going to decorate with. These flowers are from a kit for making a something at Target. The frame on the box was 6 pieces of frames glued together for dimension. I really love how this came out. It has plenty of journaling spots, plenty of places for pictures. Wow, that's a tongue twister. And this paper collection is so cute. Here's one of those circles. Even that's cute. Those are cut aparts. I added some cut aparts that I backed to add more spaces inside here. And there's that one, another circle. I mean, the stickers, the cut aparts, the paper, everything was amazing. I really want to get another one of these collection kits, to tell you the truth. I'm sad that all the paper is gone. Yes, I used almost all the paper. And then that'll be it. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this project. Let me know down below.